How are you doing, everyone? It's me, TheDomotaku, here today to talk about episode 4 for Masamune-Kun's revenge, quote unquote, because for one, this episode, my goodness, this episode, it had everything. It had all the emotion just spurred out everywhere in this episode, and it was paced so damn well, and I thought that in the end, they could actually finish this. They could, like, Masamune-Kun could have totally got confessed to from Aki, and it would have been done with. You just like had to do the revenge plan, break up with her, and it'd be done. But no, the ending happens, and we get introduced to the dang mystery fourth girl that I've been questioning her existence in this anime. And she interrupts, and she comes up and hugs Masamune-Kun and is like, "Oh, my destined one, you are here." And I'm just like, everything in this episode got ruined at that one point, because literally this whole episode was dedicated to these two. Like, seriously, it was so perfectly planned and executed, and I thought it was amazing. So Yoshino tells Masamune-Kun that he's been spending too much time with Aki, and he's like, you gotta back off, right, and ignore her. That's the plan. And it's like, that can't be the plan, right? I know that works in some shows, but it's just like, you know, Masamune-Kun's question is like, do I really? I've been trying to, like, so hard to get close to Aki all this time. It's like, do I ignore her? And then he does it, right? He like just like ignores her, walks past her, all that stuff. She's just trying to return the umbrella back to him. And then she comes up and she's sad. It's really saddening to see what happened there. I'm just like, oh shit, like, it backfired. You know, as much as, like, it works to an extent, like, she was super sad that he was getting ignored by Masamune-Kun, and it was like, oh man, now the guilt trip is, like, happening right now. And then they have this whole conversation about it, like Aki clearly has some questioning about whether or not she likes Masamune-Kun. And then Masamune-Kun was like, oh, like, what do you like about Aki? And it's like, I like everything, haha. It's like a joke thing, right? It was so perfectly plotted. And then afterwards, Aki was mad at Masamune-Kun, and then there's a whole conflict where they both ignored each other. And it had to help with Yoshino to resolve this issue, because Aki surprisingly followed Masamune-Kun and then saw them talking to Yoshino and them, and thought that Yoshino and Masamune-Kun liked each other. I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is just the worst ever. So, misunderstandings in anime romance, typical. And then you have the whole issue where she's like super sad, she ditches school, and she gets almost ran over by a car, but then Masamune comes in to save him just in the nick of time. And then, of course, the love confession scene. It was perfect. It was perfect. You know, the execution was perfect in this episode. Like, I honestly was, like, super excited to see, like, this confession go down, and then they would progress the series so much. But no, you have the mystery girl come in, and then just like, bam, you just interrupt him, done. And then Aki's like pissed now that this random ass girl is just like coming onto Masamune-Kun, and that's it. That's the end of the episode. I'm just like, it could have been so over. Like, if this was like a legit romance series, not as dark as Kuzuno Honkai or like maybe Seiren, then if it was just the focus of these two being a thing, this could have been like the episode where they got together, and that would have been it. Like, that would have been like the romance and whatnot, instead of the revenge plot and whatnot. These two could have gone out together. Like, at this point, it was so perfectly executed and whatnot. You know, it was just like the timing of everything in this episode, like from how Aki doubted Masamune-Kun, and then she started hating him, and then to the point where he saves her, and is like, oh, you know what? She likes him. It's there. It has to be there. And it all got ruined. I thought that this episode was so perfect. It was so perfect. Everything, like, from Masamune-Kun reading the manga to try and get closer to Aki, to her ignoring him. Then it turned to backfire where Masamune-Kun ignored her, and then she got super sad about it, and then this whole thing where he had to save her from her emotions and her being distracted by everything and her feelings of Masamune-Kun, to the confession, like, it was possible confession, and then got ruined. It got interrupted. That left a bad taste in my mouth. So, the mystery girl, my thoughts on her is that she seems to know Masamune-Kun to an extent, or from probably in the past when they were kids, and that she has to be some kind of important role here because the main girls in this series was the class president who already got rejected by Masamune-Kun, you know, sadly. You have Yoshino, you also have Aki, and then her. I have no clue who she is. She must have some sort of key role or background story to her to know Masamune-Kun and be the one to freaking ruin this perfect confession scene here because it was perfect at all, you know. So next episode we'll probably learn who she is and what the hell is her deal in ruining this possibility right here and possibly ending the show like a lot more. Because if this happened, right, and then Masamune-Kun just like went out with her, and then, you know, the confession happened, and then he would have just had the revenge plan and be done with it. Honestly. But I will give it that the beginning, the whole episode, except the last part after this scene, was perfect. I must say it was quite there. It was quite emotional. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like if you liked how everything got ruined in the end by the dang girl, and subscribe because we'll be covering episode 5. Is it episode 5? Yeah, episode 5. We'll see who the hell this girl is, and we'll see if Aki actually tries to redo this confession, because they have to. Like, seriously, it was perfect, and it got ruined. So, stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys on the next video on the Domotaku channel. So, take care, guys. Matane. And do not ruin love confessions. Do not go interrupt them if you know that shit's happening, okay? Do not be the girl in this anime that did that and ruined this. Just don't. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Okay, guys. See you later.